Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I hope you are doing amazing, and before anything, thank you so much for clicking on my video and watching with me today. Like you guys saw from the title, we are going to talk about self-love and the actual ways you need to fully love yourself. So without further ado, let's start today's video. So the first thing I want to talk about inside the guide to self-love is embracing being alone and disconnecting. I know, the world alone can feel a little bit scary at times, but let me actually explain why being with yourself and practicing alone time every day is really, really important. When you are alone and you are okay with being alone, your happiness doesn't depend on being with other people to feel happy. Because if we are only happy when we are with other people, we're always going to be dependent on being with them, because most of the times we need to be by ourselves. Sometimes we eat alone, sometimes we study alone, sometimes we work alone, sometimes we go to some places alone, sometimes we travel alone. And that shouldn't feel scary at all, because that is necessary in everyone's lives. In today's fast-paced world, we often feel pressured to always be connected, We all feel pressured to be always on social media, being online. We have to answer, our phone all the time. We have to go to these parties and be with people and be social. We have to connect and to connect and to connect. Connecting is really important, don't get me wrong. But you still need your alone time, and you still need to be okay and comfortable with being alone. And being alone is not a bad thing, and it shouldn't feel like a bad thing, because you are the person you need to be more comfortable with being alone with. When you're taking the time to invest in these relationships with your friends, you're trying to make them better relationships, and you invest this time with them, don't forget you still have a relationship to invest your time on, which is the relationship with yourself. And sometimes it can feel a little bit scary. I know I've gone through that, and a lot of people go through that every day. But trust me, being alone is something you will need for the rest of your life. You are not going to escape being alone sometimes. Sometimes you need to be alone. Sometimes you have to be alone. But the most important thing here is you being comfortable and happy with being alone. I can confidently say that most of the times that you build your stronger self and you build self-love happen when you are alone. When you're not on social media watching other people's lives and all that, you don't have distractions. You don't have people around you. You don't have your phone. You just have you and yourself. So all you do have is yourself, your thoughts and your feelings. And when you start reflecting on them, you start to grow a deeper connection with you. Maybe you start healing some traumas that you went through. Maybe you start maturing more about certain topics in your life. Alone time can actually do so much for you. It's really extraordinary. It can feel scary at times, but it's something that's really needed inside your life. So the next thing I want to talk about is allowing yourself to feel and process discomfort. Okay, so when we listen to these phrases of oh, you always have to be positive all the time, that's super important. Although that's something really important, your life has to be based on you still having hope and love, even for yourself, and being positive. You cannot throw away your bad emotions just because you have to be positive all the time. Let's be real, we are not going to be positive all the time. And that's fine. That's not a bad thing, oh, you have to be positive. You can't cry, you can't do this, you can't do that. No, that's actually worse to you. You know why? You are going to bottle up these bad emotions because you're not allowed to let them out, because that's bad. When you are angry, when you are frustrated, when you are stressed, when you're feeling these things, just let them out. We are not robots, okay? We need to let our emotions out. If you bottle up these emotions, it's going to be worse, because one day you're going to explode with all of them because you have been bottling them up for such a long period of time. When something happens in your life that is a bit more critical, all these emotions, that's something you should acknowledge and say, okay, I'm fine. This is happening with me. This is also important for my self-growth. and my self-love. So I'm just going to accept that this is how I feel right now. You don't have to be butterflies and rainbows and roses all the time. Like, no one actually is like that. Because when you acknowledge emotions like anger, fear, sadness, you are learning about yourself better. You are creating a deeper connection with yourself. You are getting to know your roots. You're getting to know your traumas better. And if you're getting to know yourself better and accept yourself better, you are going to love yourself more. So up next, I want to talk about questioning your beliefs about yourself. So we all have these internal narratives that we keep telling ourselves, and we believe that these are the things that are true about who we are and what we are capable of. These beliefs can actually be formed from childhood experiences, social pressures, or even past failures. And all of this actually limits our potential. Take some time to reflect on the beliefs you hold about yourself. Write them down and actually ask yourself, are these thoughts true? Where did these thoughts come from? And analyze how part of them are probably things that you believe to be true about yourself, but were actually said by other people. And all of this time, you have been believing something that is not who you truly are, but they're just opinions from other people. Challenging these beliefs can be incredibly liberating for you. The important thing here is that you are drawing a line between opinions and facts, and you are understanding that there's a clear difference between them. And when you do start to understand that these ideas that you always believed to be true about yourself were just opinions from other people that you repeated so much in your head, you started believing they were actually who you were. And that is not true, because they are just opinions. They come from a place that doesn't know you 100%. You are the person who knows you 100%. These people don't know you. These people just have a small idea. They just have a small opinion of the full portion of who you truly are. And just because you think something, it doesn't mean it's true. So the next thing I want to talk about is being okay with disappointing others. So many of us have been conditioned to please others, often at the expense of our own happiness. But self-love is recognizing that your needs are as important as someone else's. When you prioritize your own well-being, it is normal that some people won't understand your choices. Setting boundaries and saying no to things that drain your energy or don't serve you is actually a vital part of self-love. It's essential for you to communicate your limits and needs with other people around you. Remember that it is impossible for you to make everyone happy all the time. The people who actually care for you are going to respect your choices even if they don't agree with them. Prioritizing yourself is a powerful step towards self-love. So the last thing I want to talk about in today's video is practicing self-forgiveness every day. We often hold onto mistakes and beat ourselves up over them, which can hinder our growth and self-acceptance. Practicing self-forgiveness is actually understanding that everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes, you make mistakes, we all make mistakes, and that's part of being human. So here's an exercise you can do. At the end of each day, reflect on any mistakes or any regrets you may have. Instead of lingering on them and always thinking about like, oh, what have I done? This is horrible. Practice saying, I forgive myself for that thing. And then after that, just let it go. Just let it fly away from you. This act of forgiveness is not just about letting yourself off the hook. It's about acknowledging that you are growing and learning. Over time, this practice can transform how you view yourself, allowing you to cultivate kindness and compassion towards yourself, which is really essential for true self-love. We are now finished for today's video. I hope you guys liked watching today's video. I hope you could resonate and that it could help you in any way, shape, or form. And Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this, and turn your notifications on so you don't miss any of my new upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below what you thought, and share it with your family and friends and your cat and your dog if you also want to do that. And you already know. See you on my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.